Hi, and welcome to another Watch Geek video. Today, we'll be taking a look at a new release from Spinnaker, Tesei Titanium. This is the second time Spinnaker named the watch Tesei, after the Italian naval officer Tesei Tesei, who invented the first human torpedo. And in case you wonder what that is, it's the little underwater boat that divers use to place explosive charges under enemy ships. They were used in World War II by the Italian and British Navy. It seems Spinnaker uses this name for models that experiment with materials, as the first Tesei was made of bronze. I did a review of that watch and loved it. It was the first Swiss-made Spinnaker and was a step up from their regular lineup. It was also the first Spinnaker to be made out of bronze. This Tesei follows the same principle, but instead of bronze, it is made of titanium, another first for Spinnaker and another highly corrosion-resistant material that not only gives it a very tactical look with this gray color and sand-blasted finish, but also makes the watch very light on the wrist, especially compared to the bronze version. This difference is especially noticeable if you wear one for a while and then switch to the other. It's like you went from mechanical to a quartz watch. Some people dislike the lightness of titanium, but this still has some heft to it. This change in case material is not the only difference, as this watch is not Swiss-made. It uses a Miyota movement instead of the Sellita SW200 found in the bronze version, meaning you get a lower beat rate that now goes down to 21,600 bph instead of the 28,800 of the Sellita, which, simplified for people new to watches, means the seconds hand has 6 ticks for every second instead of 8 of the bronze version. This movement also loses the hacking ability while it retains the hand winding option. The crystal is sapphire, just like on the bronze version, but it has a higher dome, creating more reflections and more distortion. Although these reflections are cool when you want to admire the watch, they do affect legibility, which is better on the bronze. The bezel comes with a ceramic insert, just like the bronze version, and has the same 120 clicks. Where it differs is the feel of the thing. It feels less buttery and less refined than the one on the bronze version. It still has clear, precise clicks and aligns perfectly, but after you handle the bronze version, this feels like a downgrade. The strap is also changed, as this comes with a cordura. In my opinion, a more suitable strap for a diver's watch with 200 meters of water resistance. I know a lot of people like the look of leather straps on diver's watches, and I won't lie, the bronze version looks great on the stock strap, but to me, the combination is just so unnatural that I had to switch to rubber. This is a better solution, but again, I would personally switch to rubber to have a worry-free aquatic experience. The case shape and dimensions are very similar to the bronze version, but there are slight differences, as this is just a fraction of a millimeter shorter lug to lug. It also wears thinner than the bronze version, but that's an illusion, as they share the same thickness, but thanks to a thinner sloped bezel and the fact the extra thickness comes from the crystal, it really does look thinner. Another big difference is the dial. The markers and hands look like they were inspired by vintage Seiko divers, and although I like the idea, I dislike the fact they made the minute and seconds hand a bit too short. If they added a minute track like the one on the bronze, the hands would have reached all the way. I know it's a minor flaw. In fact, for some it might not even be a flaw, but I personally prefer hands that reach to their designated markers, as I'm sure you already know if you follow my channel. The dial on this is made with this textured pattern similar to the one we saw on the Floyce I already reviewed. And although it does add some dynamic, it falls short if we compare it to the deep and rich wave pattern of the bronze. The lume on the hands, markers, and the bezel is super luminova, and it is decent in both brightness and durability, but it's not going to blow your mind like the one on Seiko Prospex divers. So overall, this watch is the answer for all the people who complained about Tesei bronze being too expensive and disliked bronze as material. By switching to titanium and going for a Japanese instead of a Swiss movement, Spinnaker managed to make this more affordable, dropping the price to $520, which is significantly lower than the $850 of the bronze version. But then again, these are retail prices. So if you sign up for a pre-order, which is valid until November 21st, it drops down to $349, making this a very reasonable offer, especially given the materials used: titanium, sapphire, and ceramic. Even if you are watching this after the pre-order has expired, you can always use code WatchGeek20 to get 20% discount off the retail price. So this watch should never cost you more than $416. Now, despite the savings and the cool strap, I personally still prefer the bronze version, as I prefer the wave dial, the hand's shape and length, and the bronze makes it a more unique piece of my collection. So if push comes to shove, I already know which one will stay and which one will go. Well, this completes this week's video, so thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed and found it useful. If you did, please like and subscribe by pressing this button right here, and until the next video, bye.